Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.
To our viewers in Nigeria and across the world, I welcome you to Enterprise Morning on Enterprise TV. I am Henry Igwebike. There's been a major development in Rivers State following the intervention of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu at a meeting attended by Governor Sim Fubara and former Governor Peter Odili and immediate past Governor Nyesom Wike. That will be our major topic for conversation, but first let's go to the newspaper headlines and see what we have in there. But before doing that, I'd love to welcome my guest in the studios, Dr. Olayinka Oyebile. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you very much.
Enterprise Morning this morning.
A pleasure always being here.
Always nice seeing you. Now let's go to the first daily we have today, and that is from the Guardian newspaper. The big story there says, Nigerians may burn over 1.5 trillion naira on cooking gas in 2024 amid incentives. And on the downslip of the newspaper, we have Tinubu brokers truth as Fubara Wike signs peace agreement. And also we have Tinubu meets newspaper proprietors, promises press freedom and others. And still on the same newspaper, we have Senate gives panel for the 8 hours to submit 2024 budget reports. INEC plans rerun by elections for February 2024. Doctor, let's talk about the big story here, which says Nigerians may burn over 1.5 trillion on cooking gas in 2024 amid incentives. Now, the issue is no longer a big news because we all know that Nigeria is solely dependent on some of this, resources for their cooking and all that. But the question is this: why must we struggle to get cooking gas in a country where we have it in abundance?
Well, the same way we struggle to get fuel when we have it in abundance. We can't refine our fuel. We have to export crude and then import all the byproducts of the crude. If you travel to the Niger Delta and you see the amount of gas that is being flared, then you ask yourself, oil was discovered in 1959 or thereabout.
Yeah.
Is it that from that time up till now, we have not been able to get the technology to refine gas here? You always hear billions of dollars budgeted West African gas line project and all that. At the end of the day, it all boils down to nothing. So, and we have our citizens abroad who are gas specialists, who are oil specialists, who know all these things. What does it take to ask these people to come home, even if they are going to come as foreign, foreign partners, or foreign, employed as foreigners, just to make sure that we do this thing and make the prices of gas and fuel to crash. The other day, the World Bank was saying that unless fuel sells for 750 naira per liter, Nigeria is still subsidizing fuel. And I asked myself, what is their business with it?
Exactly.
Why should they dictate how much we sell our fuel? And it is not their problem, because if Nigeria were to be refining its fuel and the government and we decide to be selling at 200 or 150 or whatever price we decide, it will not be their business. But because we burn away gas, the case of Nigeria is like a rich man who is paying the school fees, who has a scholarship scheme, paying the school fees of other people's children, but cannot pay his own children's school fees. That's the way I see Nigeria. Because If we continue to flare gas,
Yes.
and we cannot refine it, we will continue to pay more. Gas should, in fact, gas by now should be what will be almost piped into every home.
Exactly.
And then you pay some little amount,
little
because
shipments.
the one that you are wasting is more than the one we are using. So the one that we are wasting should have been piped home, and then we now begin to sell the others to make money. But the Yoruba will say you are the son of what do they call this? A butcher.
Yeah.
You are the son of a butcher. You can't eat meat. You are eating bone. That is the case of Nigeria.
But the question is this: who do you think is exactly pulling the strings? Because some Nigerians will say that our leaders are synonymous to people who would poison the lake where everybody drinks from, and rather would love people come buy from their well. So they poison the lake for thousands and millions of people, only to sink a well for people to come buy from. Who do you think is pulling the strings? Is it our politicians, or is it coming from an international a culprit?
Well, see, if there is no conspiracy at all, nothing can happen. What is happening in Nigeria is our politicians collude, or they don't understand, and that is why it is happening that way. Because if our politicians understand the essence of politics or the essence of life, they will know that all these things they are doing is at their own detriment. Because the way I see life is, if you make life comfortable for everyone around you, you yourself, you have a much more quality life. All our politicians, look at all of them. Do they really have quality life if you want to look at it critically? Because, as the Yoruba will say, I'm always going back there because I'm the one.
Yeah.
The Yoruba will say, a rich man amidst plenty of poor people is a poor man. Because every one of them will always come to you to ask for something. But if you empower everybody around you and they are independent, you will enjoy your wealth more. But we have a situation where they don't understand. I told a story some time ago. I think it was the advent of world terrorism, especially in America, that makes the American president to be guarded and protected the way he is. That if it were to be for American citizens, they won't protect their president like that, because most times they do what their people want. I think it was in 2005 or 2003, I was in the US, in Washington specifically. We were walking on the street. And what happened? I saw somehow they just said, move aside, move aside, move aside, move aside. And I was asking what's going on. They said, the president. And the president's convoy drove by quietly. Will that happen in Nigeria? Without closing the road and without. So the reason is that our own people, they are not doing what they are supposed to do. So that is why they will always want to be extra protected. So what I will say, what brought all this in is that now, if our politicians work for the betterment of the life of the citizens will be their protector. There will be nobody, even if people want to do anything to any of them, it is the citizens that will defend them. But we have a situation where those who honestly want to defend any politician with their life now are perhaps those who are gaining directly from them.
True.
So that is the thing.
True. All right, let's move to our next daily for today, and this is from The Nation. And We have the big story there. Fubara, Wike strikes a deal, and the rider there says warring camps assign 8-point agreement after presidential intervention. And on the top sleep of the newspaper, we have INEC fixes by-elections into Senate House orders for February. And still on the top sleep, middle, we have Catholic Church okays blessing for same-sex couples. And Doctor, let's dig deep a little bit into religion and what it brings forth. And the Catholic Church is okaying blessing for same-sex couple. Isn't it weird?
Yes, I've seen it in almost every media around the world. But I'm still trying to take it with a pinch of salt. The reason is this. I remember that some time ago, the same news broke, and the Catholic Church and the papacy came and denied it that it is not true. So I still want to be cautious before saying much. But what I see there is, are you saying that in Catholic Church today, same two men will come and say they want to get married and then the church will allow it? And no. I think, look, even in the animal kingdom, of all things, that's where I agreed with the late president of Zimbabwe. That even in the animal kingdom, there is that distinction. Have you ever seen a male dog meeting a male dog? Have you ever seen a female dog with a female dog? It looks so weird. It looks so bizarre. So now, if churches or Catholic Church is okaying same-sex marriage, by the time the world embraces same-sex marriage, who will be left in the world to get married to? Because same-sex marriage can produce.
Of course, they can't.
So, or is science going to advance on that? So, I think, as I said earlier on, I still want to hold it with some word of caution. Let's see in the next 2, 3, or 4 days whether the papacy will react to it that the Pope was misquoted, or maybe the Catholic community around the world will go against it. But I know for sure that at least in Africa, in our own part of Africa, do you know that they brought Christianity?
Exactly.
But now it's like it is from this place that they are even teaching them the morals of that religion. Because as far as I'm concerned, I still can't wrap my head around how the papacy will say it will bless same-sex marriages.
I just hope that incident would not lead to possibly the division of the Catholic Church, because of course, just like you did say, in Africa, we have strong love for culture, strong love for well, let's go to the last daily for today, and that is coming from Nigerian Tribune. And the big story there says how presidency broke a truce between Fubara and Wike. Shetima, Gbajabiamila, Ribado, Odili in attendance. And on the top slip of the newspaper, just like we had in the last one, Pope Francis opens possibility of blessings of same-sex couples. Sorry for that. And so let's just go a little bit into politics right now. How presidency brokered truce between Fubara and Wike. Just like we know, in the last couple of weeks, it's been the major front burner in Nigeria today, and also in politics. The issue between the Godfather, Godson, Fubara, I Fubara you, I Wike me, and so on and so forth. Now, President Tinubu is coming in and asking if there could be a truce between both warring parties. But how effective do you think this truce is?
Well, I'm not sure we have seen the end of this drama. In the first place, the president is an interested party. So the truce he has broken is a truce of an interested party. We should have had maybe non-partisan intervention. But let's take a look at issues that that has come up from it. If all the 27 or so members who defected from PDP to APC, are they coming back to the House as APC or as PDP? What is the situation? Because the 8 points that they've raised, which they've signed, is still something that is unclear. Maybe it is clear to them, the interested parties, but for us as outsiders, I think with what has happened, Wike has all the aces now.
Because it seems
unless it is in their agreement. Okay, for instance, now the governor has agreed, and they go back, and the House of Assembly says they want to impeach him. Will he run to the president
again
to say that you asked me to agree with them, and now they want to impeach me? What do we do? So it's still a dirty game. I don't think that the agreement has any benefit for Rivers people. The governor at a point was holding the ace, but now, in fact, all the aces now are in the hands of Wike, as far as I can see. Because, as I said, the intervention of the president in this case, and with the 8 points listed out, the president is an interested party. Those who defected to APC. If they are defected to Labour or any other party, and the president is intervening now, okay, we will say fine. But they defected to his own party, which for him
is a plus.
Because politicians, the thought in a politician's mind is not between now and 2026, or that what will I do from 2023 or 24 before 26 or 26, 27. What is in their mind is the next election. All what we are seeing is preparation for the next election, because APC wants a control of that state. It has gotten a foothold in the southeast through the Supreme Court and the second term election that was given to the Imo State government. So his first foothold in the South, well, they were partially in the South before the Edo State governor defected to PDP. So they want to, and Rivers is a very strategic South state for them to have a foothold in. So I think the deal is not a complete deal. The governor, I hope, will not regret what he has done.
Well, I do want to believe this spills over, in the right direction for the state, just like we always affirm. The most important thing is development for the people and ensuring that Nigerians, reap the dividends of democracy. That's just about the time we have on our newspaper reviews for today. I'd love to say thank you, Doctor, for being part of our program. But when we come back, 8-point resolution reached to resolve political crisis in Rivers State. Will it stand? We'll discuss this.
Enterprise TV, your one-stop shop for news, programs, human angle stories, the economy, sports, and much more. We go the extra mile to bring incredible details to you. So hop on the train now. Enterprise TV, a tradition of truth.